Thank you. I'm speaking to you today following very illustrious speakers, which I'm honored to join, on behalf of many, many hundreds of thousands of anti-Zionist Jews, which have organized globally to join the Palestinians in their struggle for liberation and against the Zionist settler colonial state, which oppresses and genocides the Palestinians, as we know. I will try not to repeat all the arguments which I have I'm agreed with, made by the other speakers. As anti-Zionist Jews, we have met in Vienna in June, more than 1,000 of us, speaking on behalf of many thousands that couldn't come to the Congress in Vienna, about means and ways and sanctions to stop this genocide. We stand together with all Palestinians in Palestine and elsewhere against Zionism and its genocidal and other crimes. We support the UN human rights provision, which allows people under illegal occupation to oppose the occupying power with any means at their disposal. It is vital that Jews of conscience everywhere unite in opposing Zionism, in collaboration and solidarity with the global movement for Palestinian liberation. We are committed to expanding our movement beyond its European roots to include anti-Zionist voices from around the world, including the global South. And we condemn without qualifications all Israeli war crimes committed since October the 7th, and indeed before October the 7th, which include ethnic cleansing, militarized apartheid, herbicide, scholasticide, medicide, mass starvation as an instrument of forced expulsion of more than 2 million Gazans, and an extant genocide of hundreds of thousands, the worst crime of our time. We understand that these crimes could not actually take place without the enthusiastic support offered by the whole West, by arming, financing, and active political and diplomatic support by the US, EU, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. By supporting and arming the genocidal Israel, these states are themselves guilty of genocide, according to the Genocide Convention of 1948. We call on all states and all societies to meet obligations specified in the Convention for the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, and so that they all can stop the Gaza genocide. Now, I want to make a specific case as a Jew, also as son of 2 survivors of Auschwitz, whose family was totally decimated by the Nazi genocide of Jews and others. Remember, it is not true that only 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazis in the Holocaust. 11 million Europeans and some non-Europeans were killed by the Nazis in the Second World War. So we are, in the name of those people, speaking now as Jews, saying there is nothing Jewish about what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. There never was. Israel is not a Jewish state. Israel is indeed a racist, anti-Semitic state. It is not speaking in our name. It is not speaking for us, and it's not speaking for any Jews or for any human beings anywhere. And to actually end this, we call for a number of sanctions which actually were enacted against other groups who committed crimes which are much less important. For example, in 1974, the UN General Assembly expelled South Africa from the General Assembly for the crime of apartheid. I will never argue that apartheid is not a serious crime. Indeed, it is one of the crimes of Israel. But what South Africa did to the black population pales into insignificance almost compared to what Israel is doing to the Palestinians since 1948 and definitely since the 7th of October 2023. And therefore, we are calling on the UN General Assembly to step up to the plate and do what it must do, and that is expel Israel, a genocidal society, which actually commit a genocide which is democratic, because most of Israeli Jews are supporting this genocide. This is the first democratic genocide of humanity. We call on the General Assembly to eject Israel until it accepts in full all UN resolutions on Palestine, all of which it actually rejected since 1948. We also call on the European community to eject Israel and terminate the agreement of Israel as an associate member of the European community. This is actually against the rules of the EU, which do not allow a country involved in genocide, in ethnic cleansing, and in apartheid to be a member or an associate member of the EU. We call on the EU to respect its own laws and eject Israel from that membership. And we call on the UN to do something that they have done in other places, to put together an international protection force for all Palestinians, because we are not just talking about what is happening in Gaza. Thousands of Palestinians were killed in the West Bank since October the 7th. The level of mafia behavior in all the territories occupied by Israel in 1967 is incredible, and we ask the international community to send a protection force to stop the attacks against the Palestinians. No one at the moment is protecting the Palestinians because of the West that behaves like an imperial mafia. We ask for this to end, and without any waiting for more movements to be created, we ask the UN to enact what it is there to do, to protect, to stop the genocide, and to eject Israel from membership of the UN. Thank you very much.